For today's video, we are going to be talking about all the books I want to read in November, or my November TBR, as it is colloquially called. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny. This is Jenny Reads Maybe, where maybe I read or maybe I don't. For today's video, we are going to be talking about all the books I want to read in November, or my November TBR, as it is colloquially called. So I am filming this pre-November. It's the 29th of October, and I have 16 books again. However, as I did last month, there are my TBR hopefuls, the ones that I am most likely to get to, and then my TBR like on my radar books that I want to read, but I'm not necessarily putting the same pressure on myself. I am hoping to do NaNoWriMo in November. So my reading might take a backseat to everything else that I'm doing. But that being said, I have some arcs, I have some books that I just want to read. I'm trying to continue through series and like wrap up series that I've started or just haven't continued. And yeah, so let's get right into it with my TBR hopefuls. The first one is Friends Don't Fall in Love by Erin Hahn, and it's actually on the shelf right behind me. It is a friends to lovers romance with a country music career in the works, and it just looks really cute. The cover is really cute. I've read an Erin Hahn book in the past and really enjoyed it, but I really am into this one. I follow her on, I think, Instagram and Twitter, and she's talked a lot about this, and I'm just excited for it. So that's book one, and I do have the audio checked out for that already. So then I have an arc of Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan. I requested this not knowing a ton about it, just based on the cover. I haven't read her other series with the roommate in it, but I've really wanted to. And I just love the tagline on this being "Break Curses, Not Hearts." And honestly, the cover is giving Roy Kent. So that will be an arc that I'm absolutely going to get to. It comes out, I believe, on like somewhere towards the middle of November. So that'll be one of my first like arcs that I read in the month. Then I have The Birthday List by Devney Perry. As you know, I am trying to read through Devney Perry's backlist. I finished the Jameson Valley series in October and am moving on to my next series, which I've decided to do this because I don't want to end the year in the middle of a series, when I can just start the year with the new series. And The Birthday List is 2 full-length books and a novella, and so I figured I could squeeze them in November and December, and I don't mind picking up a novella in December because it's the end of the month. I have winter break and it'll be like an easy thing to get through. Also, the audios are available on my Hoopla, so that is my plan. I don't know much about this, but I have enjoyed basically every Devney Perry book I've read, so I'm looking forward to this one. Then I'm doing a buddy read with my friend Kelsey from Reading with Kelsey, and it's Harrow The Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I read Gideon the Ninth, I want to say at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, and gave it 5 stars. I really loved it. I'm not super big into sci-fi fantasy, as you can tell by all the romances behind me, but I want to continue this, and Kelsey is trying to read through it as well, so we're going to read it together and talk and hopefully motivate each other to get through it. I can't really talk a lot about it because it is the sequel to a book and it's in a series, but it is lesbian necromancers in space, and I really enjoyed the first, so I'm looking forward to the second. I have to buy more tabs so that I can tab this book because I did tab the last one. Then I have an arc of It Had to Be a Duke by Vivian Lorette. I know nothing about this one other than the fact that I requested it as an arc or was sent it as an arc through NetGalley. Basically, if I requested it, it was because it was the first in a historical series. I want to read more historical arcs because I find that most of the arcs that I read are like contemporary romances, which I love contemporary, like that's my mainstay, but I also love supporting like historical romance authors because I do love a good historical. The problem is that most on NetGalley right now are like midway through a series that I haven't started. So when I saw that this was a first in a series, I instantly was like, okay, I'm going to try to read this one. But again, I know nothing about it. The cover is really pretty. I love the pink. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah. Then I have Xeni by Rebecca Weatherspoon. I read Rafe, the first book, I want to say last December, and just never continued on. But I am trying to push through series that I have like 1 or 2 books left in the series to get through. And this is one of them. I know it's a marriage of inconvenience, or they're forced to be married based off of like the grandma's will. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think I enjoyed Rafe. I believe I gave it 4 stars. But I'm looking forward to this, and it's another good book for my 23 for 2023 challenge. Then I'm going to pick up Secret Nights with a Cowboy by Caitlin Cruz. This is, I believe, the first book in a series that I actually read the second book in the series of. It's a cowboy romance. It takes place in Colorado. And I don't really need to know much more about it. I remember that I gave the book I did read in the series 5 stars. So I'm looking forward to this. It says, "Cowboys don't kiss and tell" is the tagline. And I am always in my cowboy era. So, and I'm actually wearing a shirt from Colorado right now. And yeah, that's exciting. Then, and finally, I am going to torture myself. I'm going to cause myself so much physical and mental anguish by reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. Everybody and their mother has read this book, and I put it off because I know it's going to destroy me, and I've been waiting for the audio on my Libby for months, and it finally is coming in, and I'm ready to be destroyed. After reading Flow, Grip, and Still, the whole like Grip trilogy, I'm ready for another Kennedy Ryan book that will emotionally destroy me. And this one I'm like really looking forward to. I love the cover, and I know that the second book in the series is going to come out next year, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to emotionally destroying myself and probably putting myself in a reading slump. Then we'll go on to my books that are on my radar or that aren't necessarily high priority, but I'm going to try to read them. The first is Saint by Sierra Simone. This is the 3rd book in the Priest series, I believe. I read the first 2, loved them. The first one I gave 4 stars. The second one I gave 5 stars. Sobbed, emotionally was destroyed reading that. And I'm trying to finish the series off by the end of the year, so Saint is on my TBR. I don't know much other than the fact that there will be a lot of religious trauma and pain, so I'm looking forward to this one. Then Ruby Dixon, I'm continuing my Ice Planet Barbarians like read through. I am trying and hopefully succeeding in finishing the whole series by the end of the year. I read 3 books in October. I'm going to read 3 books in November and 3 or 4 in December, and that should hopefully catch me up. But the first one and the one I'm putting on this TBR is Barbarian's Rescue. I will try to read the second 2 after that. I think this picks up where the last book left off, and there was like an alien ship landing on the planet that wasn't supposed to be there. I've enjoyed this series a lot. I found that a lot of the most like recent ones in the middle have been really kind of like okay reads. They haven't been necessarily standouts, but I'm hoping that I will just enjoy this one enough to continue on. Then I have Sarah McLean's A Scot in the Dark, which is the 2nd book in her Scandal and Scoundrel series. I read the first one earlier this year and gave it 5 stars. I really loved it. And I just attended her like Zoom masterclass on starting a romance novel. So I'm really excited to kind of continue with her works. And I just am in the historical mood in the fall. So that is that. Then, and much to Dorothy from Tales from the TBR, I will be trying to read The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I read the first one back in August or July. and gave it 4 stars. It was good. I've heard that The Right Move is better. It is a long book. It is a basketball romance. Don't quote me on that. But I've heard that people love this one a lot. I have the audiobook finally on Hoopla, so that is my plan. We'll see if I can get to it. I hope I can. Then I have a YA arc of Gwen and Art Aren't in Love by Lex Croucher. I don't know much about this other than the fact that it is a Guinevere and King Arthur retelling, and it's queer, and it's in high school, and it's very much something I'm looking forward to picking up because of my love for the old school Disney movie that's also a retelling, and the name is totally slipping my mind, but I can tell you that the actress in it was Britt Robertson, and that was my whole personality as a child, so I'm looking forward to this one. I love the cover, and I'm just really excited. Then I have an arc of For Never and Always by Helena Greer. This is a continuance of her Christmas Tree Farm series. This is, I believe, a second chance romance, and it's a bi hero. I don't need to know much more about it. I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm looking forward to this one. So then I have Full Moon Over Freedom by Angelina M. Lopez. I just read After Hours on Milagro Street, and it's my favorite book of October. I don't think anything will top it if I read and finish anything by the next couple days, but I loved it so deeply. It was so impactful, and I just am wanting to read everything Angelina M. Lopez puts out. This is the next book in the Freedom series that takes place in Freedom, Kansas. I'm really looking forward to it. I believe it's about her sister, who is a mom of 2 and kind of has a very heavy political, like, upper class life, but something is happening. And it's like, I believe there's sex lessons, but I'm looking forward to it. The first book was so good, as I said, and the cover of this is absolutely stunning. So it's basically a must read, but I put it on my radar because if I can't get the audio, I don't know that I'll get to it. So then I have By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. I have had a physical copy of this from my library on loan for at least a month, probably 2 months at this point. And I just keep like rechecking it out because I want to get to it. And I'm finally going to try to push myself this month. The audio is on Scribd or Hoopla. It's somewhere that I have access to. And this is a modern day Beauty and the Beast retelling in the like adult Disney romance thing. So it'll be closed door, which I don't mind. I think like it gives a good balance, but the cover is really stunning and I'm looking forward to picking this up finally. But I don't know much more about it. So those are the 16 books that are on my radar or on my TBR for the month of November. I am super excited for a lot of these and just excited to continue reading for November. November is always a busy month because of Thanksgiving and family in town and getting ready for the holidays, but I'm hopeful that I can read a good amount. I'm not gonna pressure myself this month because of NaNoWriMo and because of the holidays and just busy family things. And yeah, so that is it for me today. Those are the books that I'm looking forward to reading. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to comment down below and you don't know what to comment, you can leave me a purple heart for all of the purple books that are on my like radar this month. And yeah, comment down below what's on your TBR for the month of November. What do you want to read? What are some things that are exciting to you? Have you read any of the books that I mentioned down below? And if you did you love them? Did you hate them? Just let me know down below. And that is it from me today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Not really, whatever next time is. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.